I take a very traditional view on marriage, and I know that it is probably very unpopular nowadays, and I'll be accused of being a dinosaur and being behind history and all the rest of it. But I believe marriage is fundamentally about children. That's about creating children who in turn create society and create family and create society and create stability in that way. And that's my interpretation that I have of it. Now, I know I would be vilified now for having that view. No doubt I'll be accused of being homophobic. No doubt I'll be accused of being close to being racist. And everything else that is nasty and bad in the world, because it is a traditional Christian view. And the reason why Christians are vilified about this point of view is because we're to be scared off from expressing that point of view. But I will express it proudly and honestly because it's how I feel. It's also how, quite frankly, the majority of my constituents feel. Over the last year and a half, I received a postbag on this particular issue, especially whenever the Prime Minister turned from his position of not having this in his manifesto to suddenly making it a primary party policy for the Parliament. I received something like 3,000 individual contacts from constituents saying to me, you must stand up against this. I received 5 letters of opposition to it. And I must say that whilst that's only a vox pop in my own constituency, I believe I'm in tune with the people who sent me to Parliament to say to government, think again about this. It's divisive. It's divided your own Parliament. It's divided your own party. Indeed, I walked through the lobby with more Conservatives than Theresa was able to walk through the lobby with on this particular point. It is ripping people apart. And we've seen in the last election that the UKIP made significant inroads and have chalked up this divisive policy on that road. I am not opposed to homosexuals. I believe that homosexuals have and are entitled.
You say you're pretty repulsed. I'm
repulsed by many things, but
that
is actions, as opposed to individuals. I would never bulldoze David Dimmock, who's good at bulldozing everyone else in this panel.
Let me just then, in that case, give you this quote. I am pretty repulsed by gay and lesbianism. I think it's wrong. Daddle-daddle-dum. You can't then say you're not against it.
Well, sorry, the daddle-daddle-dum was the actions which I was talking about, not the specific individuals. I'm repulsed by people who are not homosexual as well on many occasions, and by their actions. And I think, it should be taken in the round, that particular comment.
Immoral, offensive and obnoxious, you say.
But I will...
Is that, do you stand by that?
Well, I'm entitled to those views, yeah. I'm entitled to those... I'm entitled to those views, and indeed I will be challenged by them and accused of having all manner of opposition.
You just said earlier you weren't against gay relationships, and now it seems as though you probably are.
I've said I'm not against individuals, and I think that I'm entitled to have a position. But I'll tell you this. Parliament has now put this forward. It now goes to the next session of Parliament with regards to the House of Lords. It'll be interesting to see what comes back to us. But Parliament is incredibly divided by it. And I think that we've got to recognise that it wasn't in any manifesto, there was no significant mandate, and I can't for the life of me understand why this particular government has decided to champion it at this particular time. But no doubt it's an unpopular point of view.